Hey, what's up, guys? We are back again with a brand new season of Clash Royale. Every single new season, there's an opportunity to look at the best players in the world and figure out what decks they rely on in the most crucial moment. When they want to secure their ranking at the very end, what do the top 5 players use? We're going to be reflecting back on those decks, seeing why they're so strong, and figuring out why did those players choose that in that moment. Let's go jump right into the action and assert dominance. And a huge thank you to everyone that's using creator code SIRTIDE to support the channel. At 8,706 trophies, the professional Japanese player Hajime used this deck to crush his last opponent and secure his number 5 finish. Even really talented players at the top ladder can sometimes use no-skill elite barbarians and wreck people. Alright guys, so first things first, we've got the Sparky deck from Hajime. I feel like you can also run Giant, and if you don't have your Goblin Giant leveled up, it's still going to be a pretty strong card combination, especially when you've got Dark Prince for splash damage, so I feel pretty good about this. I want a Sparky in the back in the same lane as the Bowler because anything that you can sacrifice to the almighty Sparky, that's going to give me a huge counter push. I hope that he Lumberjacks other side so that I can go and kite more stuff right into the Sparky. That would be a beautiful sight to see. I'm expecting it to be a Lumberjack Balloon deck because we see Bowler and we see Baby Dragon. There's not too many card combinations with that. I'm going to go in for the Goblin Giant off to the side so the Bowler doesn't get any splishy splash damage on my Sparky. And looking clean, looking pristine. If you don't have Bowler in cycle, I can E-Barb's other lane. Yeah, this is definitely the strategy. If your opponent doesn't have the right ground card in hand because it already gets killed by the Sparky, you just spam them and be like, hey, bro, what you gonna do now? Look at the E-Barbs on your tower. That's not very nice. That's not very nice for you to cycle back to that. Oh, come on. He's giving us the yawns. All right. I know my deck is easy, but you don't have to rub it in our face, bro. So I can go in for a Dark Prince to counter the Bowler, and that's going to give us counter push as well. If you have like a Lumberjack, if you got a Mini P.E.K.K.A., all those cards are so easy to activate King Tower with. But Dark Prince, not necessarily easy. So he's going to Tornado it back and then go for a Mega Minion instead. Oh my gosh. He is not having a good time. You guys can tell by his emojis. It's like he's very flustered right now. I think we can go for a Goblin Giant here because we're up a bit. And then I can also hit him up with the Rage if I need to. Yeah, I want to Rage. Then I can Heal Spirit and keep the Ewiz alive a little bit longer because he's going to Knight or drop a... Oh yeah, he's going to Knight. I was going to say, you would drop it either on top of the Goblin Giant or you would drop it on the Ewiz. But yeah, that was good stuff. We're just going to completely snack that tower. Obviously, we're playing against Graveyard right now. That is what we are facing. If your opponent decides to have a Knight with the deck instead of Lumberjack, there's no way it's going to be a Balloon deck. So, wait, why would you have Graveyard with the Zap, though? Zap resets, bro. It literally resets the tower. So if he zaps on the tower to finish off Skeleton Army or something, then our tower would start targeting the skeletons from the graveyard instead of targeting his Giant or whatever was tanking for the graveyard initially. So I think Zap is one of the worst possible cards that you could run with a graveyard deck. For whatever reason, that's the pathway that this man decided to tread on. Also, I'm going to go for a Dark Prince to tank for the Baby Dragon if possible. That'd be ideal. I'm going to Heal Spirit here because that's going to lock onto my tower. I'm not going to let that happen. And he's going to start spamming left-hand side. He has to. He's got to go in for a Graveyard. So I'm going to Sparky up top as quickly as I can, just a body block. If I can get that Mega Minion to not cross the river and then our tower targets the Graveyard Skeletons, we can Ewiz afterward. One of the main things that people don't really realize against Graveyard players is it doesn't matter what stuff they have at the river. As long as your tower is targeting the Graveyard Skeletons, they won't be able to take your tower from full. That's what I tried to do there. I'm like, okay, I can Ewiz even later. I can eat like 600 damage, but I can't let a Mega Minion or anything crossing the river because that gives him into the danger zone. We could potentially win the game. We shut down that Sleeping Sir, and hopefully he gets the nap after all those yawns. Ian77 closed out the season and finished number 4 in the world with this Hog Rider Earthquake Cycle deck. If your mechanics are strong, you're always going to get positive elixir trades with the fast cycle of Skeletons and Fire Spirits and Cannon on defense. And with those positive elixir trades, you'll find your way through with the Hog Rider or Archer Queen to get a ton of damage. This is probably the most loved deck by pro players because there's so many different versions you can run and they're all strong. If you don't have Archer Queen, you can run Musketeer. If you don't like Valkyrie, you can run Rail Delivery for another small spell. And you can always replace Hog Rider for Rail Hogs. Cycle decks like this will almost always allow you to win games if you're better than your opponent. So it's no surprise that Ian chose this one. So this is the deck that Ian77 used to finish number 4 in the world last season. It's going to have Hog Rider instead of Royal Hogs. And the reason is everyone else is running Royal Hogs. Your Hog Rider isn't going to get denied by Valkyries. It's going to be able to shut down a lot of extra stuff that your opponent's going to try to counter it with. So I like Hog Rider at high ladder if you're one of the best players in the world and you're playing the mirror matchup over and over again. If you got Royal Hogs, you're going to struggle to win that game. But if you're like me and you're playing against a lot of Sparky players, and you're playing against a lot of people that are mid-ladder savants just spamming all their stuff at the river whenever they can, I think that Royal Hogs is a way better card. It's going to give you more damage, more comeback potential, and you're not going to have to play perfect like you would with a Hog Rider. You got Hog Rider, you run into a Tornado player, they're going to counter you every single time for a +1 trade. That doesn't happen when you're running Royal Hogs. Also, I love Royal Delivery. And Ian runs Valkyrie. I think it's a little bit better for him as well. But if you are playing against people that have double Princes or Sparky, I think that the Valkyrie is just going to be a lot worse off. It's just going to be a worthless card in your deck. Maybe if you're perfect and you're dropping your skeletons at the right time and distracting everything, then it can pop off and feel phenomenal. But for me, I like beating Sparky players that spam at the river without too many issues, and that's why I think Royal Delivery is a better card than the Valkyrie. And yeah, that's my personal favorite version of this deck, is running the one with Valkyrie out of cycle and running the Royal Delivery instead. Oh, speaking of the game, guys, like, I'm running Archer Queen, so this is literally the most popular deck in the game. I use my Archer Queen, tap the ability, I take almost all of his tower. That's how the deck works. Also, against Mega Knight players, if you're running Royal Hogs, it doesn't really matter. You can activate King Tower with Skeletons, Fire Spirit. You can activate King Tower with a Cannon, and then also going in for a Fire Spirit or Skeletons. There are so many ways of popping off on defense against that. I didn't even, care about commentating to you guys. But that's what's good. That's what's up. Also, another weakness of this deck, at least from my playtesting, Earthquake, if it's under-leveled, it's going to suck. It's not going to be good. It could be really, really bad into a Graveyard player, because you want to use Earthquake on defense against Graveyard, but if you don't have it leveled up, it's going to be some problematic positions for you. So I want to highlight all the weaknesses and all the things that I found when I was testing the deck and trying it out for myself. And if you guys have the similar struggle, don't feel bad about yourself. It does happen. It does happen for sure. Fire Spirit's going to pop off on defense against bats. It's great against all that stuff. Love it so much. And usually in this type of situation, what you'll do is you'll Earthquake cycle, but I don't know if this is the right decision if I would want to Earthquake cycle right now. I think that might be a slight overcommitment unless I get it. Oh, okay. Never mind. It's the play. It's the strategy. We're going in for the Earthquake. We're going in for the value. We're going to hit them up with double cannons here and then walk away with a win. So double cannon on defense is pretty insane. The 3-card cycle that you have with the Archer Queen just makes this deck dominant. So we're going to walk away with a very decisive victory there. And if you have the Archer Queen on the field, you can cycle an Earthquake in 3 cards, or a Cannon in 3 cards, or a Valkyrie in 3 cards. The reason is they're not going to allow you to cycle another Archer Queen, so the other card that you cycled is going to come up way faster. With a 3-card card cycle, you're able to spell out opponents and defend with ease. Phil the Star used this Ram Rider Lightning cycle deck to finish number 3 in the world. There are tons of opportunities for damage with the Ram Rider getting raged up by the Lumberjack, the Lightning allowing you to break through buildings so your bridge spam can actually get onto the tower, and the Magic Archer's Geometry to get that juicy damage. It's a really unique deck that I can't wait to test out because there's not too many people running Magic Archer in the top 100. So let's get right into the action. So Phil the Star uses this Lightning Ram Rider cycle deck, and honestly, maybe this is the first time I've ever played it. People do not run Magic Archer at top ladder, so it is a treat to be able to play it as with a deck that hit number 3 in the world. Like, that's astonishing. Also, my Royal Ghost is a little bit underleveled. If you guys have an underleveled Royal Ghost like me, don't fret. You can also run Dark Prince. Probably works similarly, right? They're interchangeable cards. Wouldn't really run Valkyrie over a Royal Ghost, even though my Royal Ghost is underleveled to level 13. I think that the Royal Ghost is an offensive card. Dark Prince is an offensive card. Valkyrie's chilling there all by herself as a defensive one. So sometimes you can sub out the Dark Prince and also sub out the Valkyrie, but for the most part, you would not want to sub out the Valkyrie and the Royal Ghost, at least from my experience. I'm the Magic Archer here. Have it line up with most of the Royal Hogs, hopefully. Come on, form a Congo line for me, baby. Yes, sir. So we're able to shut all that down, take a ton of damage. It is what it is. We do how we do. We bounce onwards and upwards. I don't think that the Magic Archer is going to lock on tower, but maybe he'll surprise me. Maybe he'll want to give me that damage. Woo, wait. Okay. Hey, dude. I vibe with that. I like that. Also, if you're playing a Ram Rider into a Balloon deck or a Hog Rider deck, it's a free win. Like, you just Ram Rider into their win condition, you bounce through, and you're like, hey, thanks for the amazing situation. But in this type of spot, I feel uncomfy. I need to go other side. Ooh, wow, this is really uncomfy. I don't like this at all. I'm going to try to get to double elixir. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to go for Royal Ghost and go in for a Lumberjack to kill his Royal Hogs. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, if you Earthquake, I can go for Magic Archer in the back. And then you're going to want to Earthquake again, so we will definitely get to double Elixir. I'm going to Ram Ride in the back, going for a Lumberjack, and try to all in while splitting up my pressure, so then he can't go in for a Rail Delivery all on one side. If we ban it and we Leapfrog on the Skeleton and Leapfrog on the tower, that could be hilarious. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? What is he doing? This is what we wanted. This is literally what we wanted. I couldn't have asked for anything better. But how did he get back to a cannon? I don't understand how that happened. I don't get how you got back to a cannon, bro. I just simply do not understand how you got back to that card. You cannot be serious that you were able to, make that misplay and then get back to the card that you needed. That is ridiculous. That is incredibly unfair, bro. All right, we're in a Barb Drill here with the Bandit, and I think that we're also able to go in for a Heal Spirit and then probably break through with the Ram Rider. Like that's what I would hope would happen, with the Ram Rider getting raged up, Rail Delivery comes through. Yo, you're literally spelling your own doom with your own spell, bro. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel right now? Your spell just screwed yourself over. I hope, at least. I need to go for Rail Ghost, Bandit, Barb Drill, and then try to Lightning as well. Oh, man, this is so scuffed. Am I better off Lightning the Royal Hogs? Like, real question here. Am I better Lightning the Royal... Dude, please don't let me lose this. I should have Lightning the Royal Hogs. If I had Lightning the Royal Hogs, I would have been able to win with the counter push. You live, you learn, you play better. The guy's laughing at me. You can't win every single game that you play. And as you guys can see, the deck that we just played with Royal Hogs is incredibly good. And that's why I like it a little bit more than this one. We're testing them all today, and we're going to see what works. Weirdly enough, Lightning and Royal Hogs would have actually won me the game there. El Patron finished number 2 in the world with this dirty Giant Graveyard deck. If you go Giant at the river and Graveyard on your opponent's tower, you can arrow or snowball any of their bait cards away and usually get an unfair amount of damage. So let's go jump right into a game and test out this version. All right, on to the next one. We got to bounce back after that loss, and we've got Giant Graveyard with Archer Queen, so it's going to be a miracle if I find a way to lose this one. Obviously, when you've got Giant Graveyard, you've already got the least skillful deck in the game. You throw an Archer Queen into the mix, and Gordon Ramsay would just run away. He'd be like, dude, this dish is too toxic for me. So what are you running? What is that card? That is a foreign concept for me. I haven't seen that card in forever. Like, I think Mother Witch is one of the worst cards in the game. It literally gets 3-shot by an Archer Queen now. Its health is non-existent. It's one of those cards that I'm surprised that anyone would ever run. Also, we are running Graveyard, so maybe that's a sign that we're just a little bit unlucky today. We got a terrible matchup in the last game, getting someone that actually ended up having the last deck that we played before that. Royal Delivery, Fast Cycle with Cannon, and Royal Hogs when we had no answer to the Royal Hogs simply because, you looked at my deck, I had a level 13 Royal Hog counter of the Royal Ghost, so it just didn't feel good, You got to have a counter to your opponent's card that isn't underleveled. Obviously, in this situation, if we've done damage to both sides, even if our tower's in a bad spot, like, I feel very comfortable with Giant Graveyard. Like, we're playing against a Mother Witch deck right now. That's probably the worst card you could ever hope to face with Giant Graveyard. But I'm going to show you that it doesn't matter. Yo, let's live it up a little bit. Let's play against a Mother Witch deck with a P.E.K.K.A, baby. Let's live it large, baby. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. This is spicy out here. So I'm going to Dark Prince a little bit further back. I'm going to try to get that charge up in this juncture, and we'll see what we can do. I mean, that's going to be a dead Bandit at least. Use the ability when the P.E.K.K.A gets close. Not going to pop it too soon. Interesting stuff. I think that we're okay. I don't... Oh, yo, my minions almost screwed me over there. The fact that my minions are level 13 almost didn't kill that Dark Prince. Not going to lie. A little bit spooky. Okay, so if I Giant Graveyard, I do take tower regardless. So, how about we do one of these and snag the tower on the right and then Skeleton Army, so then when he Mother Witches there, then he has nothing for the Ram Rider. The Ram Rider is dead. That's gonzo. I don't care about that, bro. Let's see if we snag the tower if I'm just fibbing. Did I lie to you guys? Did I cheese y'all? Please tell me I didn't cheese you guys. Oh, I did cheese you. I did not take tower. I was super optimistic there. Okay. All right, game. I love you, Clash Royale. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do we love each other? I don't know if we love each other anymore. Ah! Dude, no way. I don't think I'm going to come back from this. 18 seconds. I need to snag an entire tower in the right-hand lane. So I'm going to Giant. I don't have enough elixir for the Graveyard immediately. I got to drop it. Like, I got to drop this, like, hot potato. Oh, man. But if I do, then I don't have anything to stop the Dark Prince. Then I lose there. I mean, I just lost regardless, to be honest. No matter what, I lost that game. So sometimes you get terrible matchups back-to-back. Clash Royale, what you doing out here? I still think that this is probably one of the best decks in the game, the one that we're playing right now. If I didn't play against a P.E.K.K.A deck with Mother Witch, I would have won. And honestly, the game was really close too. I got both towers super low. The tower on the right was 277. Sometimes Clash Royale just throws you those impossible matchups. We'll bounce on to the next one, and we will definitely bounce back there. I'm hoping. And the winner of last season was Mohamed Light, finishing #1 in the world for 3 seasons in a row. He used the skillful Mortar Cycle deck to outplay any opponent for his last game. When you have a fast cycle deck with Miner, Mortar, Archer Queen, and Poison, you can find damage no matter the situation. A card like Mortar is exceptionally versatile on defense. If your opponent goes in for a Hog Rider or a Balloon, you can get that to lock onto the tower while you defend. This is a great choice of deck for people that are confident in themselves, knowing that they're better than the opponent. You take complete control of the game with the amazing defenses of Archer Queen and Valkyrie while you gradually chip out your opponent's towers. So let's go jump right into a game and test out Mohamed's most trusted deck. So Mohamed Light's deck cannot fail me now. We gotta have a positive win ratio here. We have to bounce back. When he uses the Fire Spirit, it's gonna tank for the Miner, and I gotta admit something to you guys. I should not be running an under-leveled Poison in this deck. Should 100% be running Fireball, but I'm gonna show you guys the deck as intended. And we're gonna be playing against either a Graveyard deck or a Balloon deck. I'm hoping for Balloon because I've got, you know, Snowball, got Archer Queen, I got Poison, I got Mortar, I got everything I could ever ask for. Oh, if we're playing against a Graveyard deck, I guess we have really good answers too with the Poison. So, you know what? Maybe Mohamed Light thought of everything. He thought of everything for under-leveled players. Let's go. So I'm going to go in for the Miner. Archer Queen is going to be able to pop off. It's looking like the Balloon variation. Otherwise, he would not be running Lumberjack. Oh, no. Oh, no, you didn't, Archer Queen. Oh, that's just disgusting amount of damage. When you get the Archer Queen on the river, when you drop that on top of the tower, everything else drops. Your opponent's mouth drops because they're just like, what stupid thing happened again? Just in awe, flabbergasted and flummoxed. That's what we do, how we do. So I'm going to go in for Skeletons here. I don't want to go for the Mortar yet because I haven't seen him go for the Balloon yet. So I'm going to wait, chill, relax, and defend this. Honestly, I'm going to Miner on defense. This is pretty peculiar for a lot of you guys, but sometimes you gotta, you know, play a little bit patient when you have a huge lead. Play like Mohamed Light. Don't throw it away. Play passive, figure out what your opponent's gonna do, and then seize the opportunity when they make a slip up. I don't even know if I have to respond to that. I think that we're fine. I think that the Balloon dies. I'm just gonna die because both towers are able to shoot with that Mortar placement, and then he's gonna go in for a Bowler or a Lumberjack on this. Maybe Lumberjacks and goes in for a Barbarill. That's what I would do if I was him. I would try to go in for something spicy. Oh, he tornadoes it instead. You know what? I can simply Skeletons. You've barely done any damage to my tower. Yo, Mohamed Light, I see why you play this deck. You just want to be in complete control of the game. That's how you play the game anyway, right? Like, you just want to be better than all your people that you're playing against, completely dictating the flow. And honestly, I vibe with this. After losing 2 games because of matchup advantages, now we're finally getting something in our favor. And we're just like, yo, you want to touch my tower? Try to go through my Mortar. Try to go through my Archer Queen, my Snowball, my Poison to slow you down. And then on top of that, we got the little plushy Miner hitting you with the shovel and just bopping you left, right, and center, bro. It feels phenomenal getting that Miner on the tower. It's just, it's a little bit of a troll card, I think. It's not necessarily the thing that does damage. You generally will be able to get positive elixir trades with the defense, whether it's the Mortar or the Archer Queen, and then you just Miner in front of it and then chip out your opponent, slowly but surely winning the game. So it's a good experience. I'm going to Poison here. I'm going to go for another Mortar, be able to make sure that nothing is nearby, so then the Mortar connects to the tower here. Oh, if that Mortar connected, we would have been vibing on a different level. I think we can go for Skeletons here. Maybe I'm trolling. Yeah, I was trolling. I wasn't able to activate King Tower. I really thought I was able to activate King Tower. Yo, he pushed it into the tower. No way. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was literally pushed into the tower by the Bowler. The Bowler is like, yo, I'm not going to defend that Miner. It doesn't even do anything. It's going to heal the tower, so I got to push it closer to my tower, right? And for whatever reason, the Miner didn't heal the tower there. We walk away with a win, and we are back in business. Thank you, Mohamed Light, for giving us a solid deck. I guess there was a reason that he trusted this deck for his last match of the season to finish #1 in the world. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an awesome rest of your day.